Well, look who it is. Look at you. You're welcome. Thanks. Charlie Greer Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment. If you want to support the channel, description, Zelle. There's some info there. And let's get to this shit show. Nancy Pelosi's drunk husband. Oh, my God. For one, Nancy Pelosi sounds drunk half the time. And whoever voted for her and her nephew, who's the governor of California, I mean, all I can say is look at history. Look through history. People don't think that I ain't going to have winning. Most things in life, most are identify and eradicate tactics. Now, some of you are going to get this. You're not going to be sophisticated enough. Your IQ is not going to be high enough. You're full of fucking fat and sugar and whatever the hell, meds. Most. You can break it down even to simple. Like, who's this? What's that? Most people are going to keep you down, eradicate. They're cowardly. So they're like, no, in your face, hey. And then it gets even like, say, okay, let's just say like, there's colleges around here. Say, you little secret sorority or fraternity, whatever. That's to keep you in a box, to identify you and eradicate. Yeah, you're going to get, hey, I'm making, not, but the people above you, see, everything's a identify and eradicate. And then if the shit hits the fan, then they can go after you. So see, everything is identify and eradicate. You go to any town, anywhere, you look at the towns, look at those little badges on there. We're this, we're that, we got this. Most cops are this and that, these secret societies. It works twofold. Actually, it's pretty damn smart to do this if you're evil, but identify and eradicate. So say if you're one of these dudes, and then I'm a so-and-so, I'm this, I'm that. And you're also the mayor or whatever, councilman, huh? See, I'm in this little, secret handshake. See that? For one, yeah, it keeps your cronies around. Yeah, you're successful at fucking people over, manipulating people in secret. Covet means, like JFK said. That's the only way you can operate is your little secretive, And who keeps the best secrets? Ask yourself that. Who are the first ones to start lying and keep secrets in their life? Think about that. Who are they? I ain't going to tell you. But yeah, if you're one of these little secretive guys, I'm a police officer and I'm also this and that. We're all a bunch of groups of this, but dude, I'm the 34th degree by all that horse shit. For one, it identifies you to the upper echelons of bullshit that are usually ran by European, international means, keeping all of us down. And it's cheap. A lot of people, that's just, they don't have any money. Dude, at least ask for more money. But then the real people, which is most of the population, they identify you. They know. There's not as many, go to as many meetings you want, whatever. That always fall. Nothing is ever secret, man. Nothing. It is happening. It's going to get bad for some people. These movements, even like conspiracy theory movements and stuff, come on, can't you guys see? It's identify and eradicate. And so Nancy's drunk husband, he was identified. And he got drunk, he got driving drunk. And this is the thing. How many hundreds of millions are you worth? You're 80 years old. You're ossified drunk and you're driving. You don't have a driver. You don't have you're the husband of the house speaker. I mean, don't you have security? Don't you have something? The secret, I don't even know who it would be, but somebody help, come on. What does that tell us or tell me? He does that all the time. That's just not one time. He's always drunk and driving or drinking and driving, whatever you call it. That identifies him, I bet. He's that, see, I know. Yeah, I'm driving home. 80 years old and knows he's got the spotlight on him, right? He knows he's on the fucking world stage and he's still doing this shit. Again, the people above him that are pulling his strings, they need dumbasses like that. So they can then eradicate. Hey, he's useful. We just throw him away like a tissue. Again, read history. When was the last time we had a revolution? Like 1700s? Well, there's revolutions happening all around. Mostly they're false. But that's the going thing right now. That is everything that you see around you who are telling you what to do, this, that, and the other, are being told what to do. And they're being told what to do. It goes back. I mean, people are stupid. I hate to say that. I truly feel most people are good. But enough's enough, man. Again, you're 80. You're the House Speaker's husband. You can't call a cat. Nobody called you a cat. And technically in California, I think the bartender, they're going to probably go after him. Well, hey, pumpkin fuzz, I used to bartend. I had to wear this like code number. So if I did serve someone too much booze, they're coming after me. That's why I quit bartending. Because people get drink. Give me a drink. Don't tell me I ain't drunk. And I bet you that's exactly what he was saying. I ain't drunk. I don't even drink. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't drink like I used to. I rarely drink. Might have a drink like every 2 weeks. Have some beer. Like this weekend, I had a few beers and we were cooking, Scotty beers. Cooking with Scotty beers. Had a few beers. So I'm not, but I wasn't drinking and driving. Shit, most of the time. I mean, we kind of live near. If I know, even if I'm having a couple beers, I'll walk home. It isn't that far, and I need the exercise. I'm not putting in other people. You don't think that your reaction time. Come on, man. I've had friends and roommates or tenants, whatever you want to call it. That's all they did was drink and drive, and they would get away with. I had 2 in LA, and there's this trick. If you get pulled over drunk and driving, and this is what they told me. I don't know if this worked, but it worked for them. Was say, I need a medical. You need to take me to medical, this, that. They did not. They don't take the bring and they just don't want to deal with it. It's like, okay, well, I had a roommate get a DUI on a scooter, man, and they let him go because it's just like, he's medical. And then he shit his pants, like he forced himself. Like, this guy's crazy. We don't want to deal with that. And the Pelosi statement, like, I'm not going to speak on this private matter. It happened while I was on the East Coast. I mean, she's distancing herself, it's from her husband. Instead of, obviously, he needs help. I mean, he's 80. If you're 80 and you're drinking and driving, come on, man. And you're within that circle of pointing the fingers and at other people, when you got, there's no telling what he's probably had some Xanax, this and that. Dear Lord, everything will be dropped, I bet. Everything will be dropped. Unless they probably go over after the bartender or the establishment that it was your fault. You should have never. Again, everything is identify and eradicate. That's it. Again, it works twofold for the people that are secretive. And then usually the people the population find out. These people stick out. See, at first when nothing's going on, you can hide, and they hide in plain sight. So they're always like city council people and police, blah, 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 blah. And there's not that many of them compared to the population. Again, read history. A bitch let them eat cake back in the 1700s. They beheaded her. I mean, they behead kings, man. They're going to build gallows. I mean, it repeats itself. I love watching Westerns, and these old Westerns, man, they'd have like a hanging day. Wednesday, we're having a hanging day, and they'd build a gallows, man, and they'd have like a pie cooking contest, and girls singing and Shit, people used to come and make it a day, you know, go to the hanging. That will repeat itself. I'm telling you, when electricity's out, when something happens and people come wake, I'm not saying I want it to happen. I mean, it's frustrating when you have like a clear mind and you kind of know what's going on, at least in your life. And you just dealing with, and you know, a lot of this too is they use busy work. I'm busy. Look how busy I am doing nothing, creating fucking aggravation and problems. Again, and that's a thing that's accelerating, man. Again, it's progressive. It's like cancer. It's just gonna grow. It's gonna get bigger, and then it's their fault. See, the people that are doing that thing. Again, identifying and eradicating people. It's everywhere. Even art shows. I mean, I would see people when they want to get your confidence, they come up all night. Hi, hey. So I can read people like a book, not even a book. It's a pamphlet because there's only so many things you can do. Matter of fact, it's just the right and the wrong. Let's just start with there. And then they all have these, and they think that you can't. I can see you thinking. I know 4 moves from now. I know. Pardon me. Oh, yeah, I've got ulcers. Well, I might do an episode about ulcers. Good times, bleeding ulcers, hey. So, and I've had this, matter of fact, I've had this with everything I've done is they know, wow, hey, you know, oh, okay, wow, Charlie, you can sing, hey, oh, whatever. Your paintings are starting to sell. Comes this little crowd. Thinking they're going to be all with their smile and half faith, whatever, and then I realize what they're doing. They're not only, they want to get me involved in their little shenanigans, like holding people back, and then that's it. See, then that's that eradicates me. Charlie, hey, he was. I mean, I've had so-called friends or acquaintances that are straight up drug addict, drug dealing pieces of shit. I don't do drugs. He's the druggie. I mean, that's happened all my life. Or I asked somebody, man, I got a bad reputation in certain areas. Like, he's on drugs. I don't allow drugs around me. I'll kick a motherfucker out of my house, and I have since I was in my teens. I'm not into all that cocaine and horse shit. How much cocaine I've given, said no. Like, just get the fuck. That's another thing. People coming out, hey. I had a dear friends, okay? I can't name names. And they had money. But unfortunately, you know, went and bought some blow. The dealer pulls out $1, rolls it up. Yeah, does a hit. Hey, you got, you know, share the $1. While later, they all got like Hep-C and, you know, like from sharing a Coke straw. That's the new sharing the needle. If you are out, you know, drunk, or I'll take it, and everybody's using the same straw or cocaine, are you stupid? You might as well be sharing a needle. You might as well be, you know, exchanging bodily fluids. Yeah. And then they put fentanyl on every damn thing, man. I wouldn't. Come on, man. For one, just the whole drug thing, the whole out of your mind, like not, you know, people that are easily, they're easily fooled. If you've got like a bad temper, if you've got this, that, and the other thing, if you can't hold you don't know your own, it's easy to manipulate you. It's damn near, it's just simple. People flying off, how this can't do it. I can't not control their own thoughts. That's why they're held down. I mean, a lot of people, and if they're on it, everybody deserves what they get. And Nancy Pelosi, like, who would vote for her? There's more tells when you're watching people and she's out there, her dentures are sliding around and shit. You can't tell she's lying. She's the worst fucking liar. You deserve you're lost. You're spiritually dead. And then Gavin Newsom, like her nephew. And here's another thing about nepotism. What are the odds of that happening? Some average drunk woman, and then her nephew's running California, and she's the head of the House. What are the odds on that happening? Come on, man. That's how you can see corruption. The law of averages. What is the law of averages that would predict? See, the law of averages and the odds dictate certain things. I mean, Vegas, the gambling world, that's what they use, and they can manipulate it. And that's the easiest way to know you're being fucked, or there's a manipulation going on. Or what are the odds of that? It's easier to see, like in a smaller town. Like, what are the odds of these guys? Average milk toast, at best, they're average. And most of them are like, oh yeah, my dad was this, my dad was that. Now you come on. Again, you'll be the first ones to go. It ain't gonna be, and this ain't a threat. And I love people, man. Even people, I pray for people. That's the hardest part about my faith, is praying for these folks. But I have empathy. I realize people are stupid. Matter of fact, that's a prerequisite right now. You can't have any charm. You can't, or hard work. Well, they'll just work you to death. There'll be 6 people around. Busy work. Oh, no, you got it. Nowadays, it don't even matter. People are on camera doing it. They just, what? I've told people, like, you were on camera. What? I haven't thought of it. Dude, you're on 100 cameras. Don't come talking to me. Don't tell me. Whoa, I'm going to stop you right there, man. That's one of my favorite things to do. Don't, especially on the street. Don't fucking tell me shit. Why is Charlie so mad? Why did he get out? Don't come passing the buck. That shit don't flush. And nobody has any rhyme or reason, self-awareness. They don't realize. Because see, most people are insecure. Again, their biggest fears is death and speaking in public. So anybody that's like a politician, or I'm speaking this, that, and the other, or a band, or an actor, or whatever, most people are too insecure to do that. So they just think there's some kind of mystic power and you would never do anything wrong. Right. And then it's my little world, my little circle that I've been in, because I don't know everything. I don't know the world. And also another thing, they have secrets. They have secret lives. It's everybody knows, but no one wants to talk about it. Well, I'm that dude to expose that shit. Again, I wouldn't come at me unless you want me to peel you like a banana emotionally. I mean, I'm not into violence. And I've heard this lie. He's dangerous. Come on. I'll get projection. They're projecting on you. I've had people, I get straight up junkie fuck. Like, Charlie's got that problem. I'm sober as the, or anything. He can't paint when I'm painting more than anybody and they're not doing anything. Or he can't write song. I'm writing all the song, whatever. And then the people behind them, the people that own the galleries and the clubs and the record labels and the studios, this, that, and the other, aren't qualified, man. And they're bad people. I was on Paramount Studios in Hollywood. And, I had an audition. You go in there and the security's really tight. And I but I had to go through like a metal detector, and they put like some kind of beeper on me and gave me a map. I'm like, look, I know where I'm going. I'd see you got it with the highlight. If you get off this track, you're going to be, what am I going to do? And this was like a callback. This happened, callback, like you audition and they like you and then you get called back. I mean, it might take weeks, months. And this was for a pilot for a remake. I'm not going to say what it was, but I was in the running. And actually, I brought my girlfriend at the time, who also had been on Paramount, actress, wouldn't let her in. Like, what's she going to do, you know? Then I get in there, you know, the camera, you know, everybody's fun. And for one, there's no, it used to be cool and magical on there. It just sucks. And I get into one of the buildings with the offices, and I walk by this office, and this woman like threatened to kill somebody. She was working in the office, so she's probably like a producer, line producer, whatever she was. Like, to their face, they were standing right there, wasn't on the phone or anything. And it wasn't a joke. Like, I'm gonna kill you. No, like, I will fucking kill you. I'm sorry. What she should have been is, I'll find somebody to kill you, because she couldn't have, you know. And I'm like, man, are you kidding me? Like, you hear these stories about it, but that, yeah, they threaten murder. And then so confident about it, just like everybody heard it. And my dumb ass has to go and perform. I've memorized all that, you know, and then, hey, come on over down the hall here. And the girl who I've seen her, like, how do I know her? Like, I've seen her on YouTube. How do I know? I'll think about it. And I've seen her again. And I'm like, that's her. She was the one threatening murder. And now she's just like, oh no, I'm a patriot. I'm this. Again, hiding in plain sight. They'll put themselves, again, most people, and it's not a lot of people. That's another thing. People are scared of all the who. That's another thing. Get rid of your fears. That's how you hold you back. And again, all through history, most of the time when this shit does hit the fan, a couple of them go, everybody falls into place. I'll do whatever you want. You don't have to do all that. The mob knows this. Government knows this. I mean, you can't get away with any cool stuff anymore. I mean, you can, but I mean, and it's so backwards now. It's inverted. That's another thing about corruption. If you want to see if anybody's lying, whatever. It's an inverted. Like, are they just doing back ass words just to be like, I'm different? I'm in, you know. Changing words to mean something that, you know, diversity. No, it's not. Not one, you know. Let's just say diversity is a color. If it's one color, that ain't diverse. If it's one food, dang. And this past week, they gave, like, I think 40 billion to Ukraine. That same day, they denied like 40 billion to the local people that had to close, you know, businesses and families and stuff that had closed down because of the, you know, the sickness. Who does that? You're giving it to some, you know, and Ukraine is the most corrupt fucking. That was the Khazarian Empire. Look into that. And it's just, I mean, it's just, again, something else is about to happen in the news. That's just, there's a news cycle. They need the 24. I was watching this the 24-hour news cycle, like CNN going 24 hours and all this. And I didn't really relate. Was the Lacey Peterson, whatever. Remember that pregnant woman? Her husband supposedly killed her. Whatever. That was like the first time where, I mean, granted, the OJ trial, but they went full blown insane 24 hours a day on that. Hey, there's a lot of money we can make selling magazines, and oh my God, we did it. And that we had to stop. Forget about the arts. Forget about being inspired. No, they want talking heads. They want people, you know, when you're controlling people, you need someone with about 104, like 100 to 110 IQ. That's the average. And you can, you know, they're easily, okay. The best slaves are ones that don't know they're slaves. The best spies are ones that don't know they're spies. You can control people and groups of people. They won't even know who you are. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do is put a dumbass in power. They'll just do, it's like a self-rising, you know, bread crusters. It's just going to do it on its own. They know this. People, You're not going to have someone who's level-headed and a level playing field. No. They need a mouth breather. And you don't have to even, again, I'm this, I'm that, there's levels, and I'm on, secret society, whatever, local, blah, blah, blah. We'll never meet the people that are pulling their strings. Matter of fact, they're so unaware. I'm just racing. So you got to ask yourself, Nancy Pelosi's husband, 80 years old, and I'm not age shaming, drunk, gets arrested for DUI. I mean, that shouldn't happen. That tells me that something else, like if it would have been minor, they would, okay, Mr. Pelosi, just go, oh, you drunk. Again, it happens all the time. He must be ossified. He always drives drunk. Again, I've known people that every time they drive, they're loaded. Every time. Yeah. There ain't enough water they can drink or feed. They drink 24/7 and eat dope. And again, a lot of them won't admit, no, Charlie's the junkie. Never stuck a needle in my arm. None of that. Don't do drugs. Yet people think, hey, the biggest druggie. Matter of fact, I passed a drug test like last month. Hey. One of those mouth tests where you have to hold it in your mouth for like 5 minutes and it's like this sponge in there. And they kind of looked at me like, they were like, wow, well, duh, I told you I don't do drugs. I might smoke a little herb or, but I'm not doing fucking drugs, anything manufactured or from pills, whatever. I mean, granted, back in the 90s, I was prescribed some benzos, some like anxiety medicine. As a matter of fact, that's why I got off it, because that's another scam. They were trying to get me hooked to and they did kind of. They want everybody all messed up. They love a society full of, full of Xanaxes, some Lexapro, and then we'll give you a little bit of something to keep you up. What is that shit called? Adderall. Which is amphetamine. I wonder what her husband, this drunk Pelosi dude, had in his system. Would they even say? And again, how many hundreds of millions are you worth? Your wife is the House Speaker. Don't you have any security? I mean, you don't want people around you, but hey, you're going out. Well, didn't someone ask for his keys? Or they just know, like, oh, dude, maybe the cop that pulled him over was new or didn't. Now look what you did, man. You should have let him go. Now we got all this. Or was it? Are they needing people to hang out to dry? Again, identify and eradicate. We're really sophisticated with it now. And it's the only thing going. It's the only game it's the only game out there. It's just a crossover. It's like a song that kind of crosses over in the chart. That's what we're dealing with now. That's all they know. Our country is ruled by people who never worked, rich parents, send them to some college that they don't work. They might have a part-time, just have some, whatever, this, that, and the other. Get that degree. They're all set up. They're in the fraternity sort, whatever about that. They've never, even when they get that job, they've never worked. Selective opportunity. Look through history. They are the first ones that people come out. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about when the public, when the shit hits the fan. They are the first. If they had a little bit of, read about the last time, Henry VIII, what happened to matter of fact, speaking of Russia, what happened to the Tsar of Russia back in like the early 1900s? Look who, like, the Queen of England and whoever, they're not even English. They're Germanic. Matter of fact, their castle in Scotland is actually my ancestors. They have nothing to do. They're not from there. It's bad. People have to wake up because it's in every little. You can't get away from it. It is a we're it's a wash. But everything tips. Again, people are going to be disappointed and hiding and lying and running for the. It's just sad, man. It's just, more people should wake up. If more people actually, even if you speak up, people are like, well, we got to pull back. Because see, don't keep coming out of the shadows so much. Well, you shouldn't. Matter of fact, the old generation knew better not to hide, just don't mess with people too much because we're already manipulated. We don't want them to know. Now the right front and center, like, hey, here we are going to weaponize everything we can. Music, food, everything. It's coming. Not me. I mean, I don't want to be told what to do, so I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. But yeah, I'm going to pray for Nancy Pelosi and her drunk husband. They should drug test the senators and congressmen and House representatives, this, that, and the other. Well, they all probably be fired. I mean, and with the cameras now, you would think that there's more. There probably is. There's probably secret libraries of just like, so they have to get you on a little dirt on you. Be a little dirty, a little bit, and not fake dirt like somebody's with a bad reputation. No, not that. Like they have to know. They have to know your secret. They can't be around. Again, secrets. People have secrets. Well, they're being exposed. Don't come crying to me or us or whoever. A lot of even like with me, like a lot of all this stuff we going on talking this, that, and the other. There's not a hair on my head that's going to move. And everybody Then you start reading about history and then faith and ancient books, and it's just like you're righteous. The world, things just take care of themselves. Yeah, you're going to be blamed or whatever. But this drunk drive, this is the Attell, 80 years old, drinking and driving. Why is he driving? Doesn't he have like Secret Service? I mean, he's the husband of the House Speaker, the uncle of the governor of California. He's just out and about drunk. Come on, man. Look, I love y'all. Be blessed. And I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.